Guys, Robert here from the team at Irish Whiskey Auctions. Today we're going to do a short little video, and what we're going to focus on is Midleton products, but the differences between your Midleton yearly releases, which we have here, which we see every month. We do about 200 bottles of this, give or take, every month, so we see a lot of it. And also what we have here is Midleton Single Casks. Question that is often asked of us here, why yearly releases tend to perform better than single casks. And on paper, we're not really sure is the simple answer, because everything should dictate that these are ultra collectible, ultra desirable bottles. But yet that doesn't always match up in their performances on the secondary market. So over here, as you will probably, most of you will know or recognize by now, we have the newest addition to the Midleton yearly releases. 23 and 2024 came into style of box. This is the first generation of the Midleton Very Rare release. This was from 1984 to 1989, and then from 1990 all the way up to 2017 we had this style of box here. So this is the one most people will recognize, and this is your wooden box. This is your premium wooden box essentially. You know, the retail price of a Midleton Very Rare these days is about €240, and you can, again, it's hard to calculate year by year because there is slight differences depending on supply and demand, but you can expect a healthy return of anywhere from sort of 8 to 12% per annum depending on the year. Some years have done a lot better than that, so many of you will know the price of a 2020 these days is about €800, give or take. That, I believe, was released at about €180 back in 2020, right in the middle of COVID. But due to, you know, them not producing as much as they traditionally would, it's quite sought after now, and that has driven the price up 4 times essentially its retail value. You will not see quite that kind of growth on a 23 or 24 just yet, but still fairly consistent. It's better return on any sort of investment you would traditionally see through a bank or any sort of institution. And then we have these. So over here we have a Midleton Single Cask with 2 Midleton Single Casks. This is one of the earlier editions which came in the same sort of style box as the Midletons from the 90s and early 2000s. Just a wooden box, nothing too fancy about it. What you will notice is that on your Midleton Very Rare yearly release, you'll just have very standard information on it. It'll just mention the year, and it'll have its bottle number on it, at the bottom corner there of the bottle. Whereas with single cask, they tend to provide a little bit more information about what exactly it is, because there's only a couple hundred bottles of each cask. Usually this year here, which in this case says 1992, it represents the year the whiskey was put into the barrel, when it was laid down. So it would have been bottled a good few years after this. Midleton Single Casks have been around since sort of the mid-90s. I think the Celtic Whiskey Shop did the first couple of releases. You typically see them as quite a blank, fairly simple looking box, but they were the first ones. And over the years they've got a little bit more fancy and premium looking. And then we have this, which is the sort of modern edition of your Midleton Single Cask. So they're both Midleton products. Midleton Single Casks are often cask strength. You typically see a few thousand bottles of any given year of these released, whereas a single cask could be 150, maybe 250 bottles max. So this one here, for example, Midleton Single Cask, laid down in 1998. It was bottled and released for the Irish Whiskey Collection. Anyone that doesn't know the Irish Whiskey Collection, that is done for the airports essentially. Everything on paper should dictate that this is a very valuable bottle. It's super rare. It's hard to get, it's cask strength, it's not everywhere, you can't buy it in your Tesco or your Duns or your Total Wines in the US. So why isn't something like this more collectible? So again, if anyone has any feelings on this or any opinions, let us know. We're also going to be doing a couple more videos throughout the week on different kind of products and investment bottles that you can look out for. And if you have any questions or want us to cover a topic in more depth, then reach out to us, and we'll try and get you questions out for you. Okay, take care.